Hello guys, what's up? Welcome to another video. Again, it's a little bit earlier than usual because today my timing is really bad, really off. And also the market isn't really decisive. You will see in the charts that I'm going to show you that the market today has doesn't have tiny breakouts, but relatively unconvincing breakouts, and then it just kind of fades a little bit. It might try again, or the particular stock I'm trading in that moment might try again, but likely it's going to hit very major resistance, and that's what happened today, bringing me down to minus 40. We're roughly minus 60 in with commissions because I took not too many trades. I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, not few trades either, but not too many trades either. But my accuracy is just terrible. 1, 2, 3 green trades out of 10. So that is just an awful accuracy. And I will show you exactly where my timing was most off. Because there was one stock, RWLK, which I actually had a plan on buying into it, and it just happened to be that my hands weren't fast enough, and I missed my buy-in, and then it went past me. I tried again later, but that was too late. So, and a lot of other things, my entries. Actually, my timing wasn't bad on all trades, but on other trades, my timing just wasn't very good, so I ended up losing money. Anyway, before I talk about this, let's go into the specific trades and see what we can learn from them. Let's start with the first one. Let's start with RBZ, which I traded pre-market. So where do we go? Where is my trade? There it is. There it is. So I came late. I guess that's part of bad timing, but I was grocery shopping and I got home around 20 minutes after the bell. If you remember, I don't live in the US, so my time here locally is later than there. So I was just a bit too late in this, so I missed this really big move on RBZ, which actually I anticipated since yesterday. I talked about it yesterday where I missed a major move because of my stupid buying power issue, which is some kind of regulation by TradeZero or some kind of regulation with below $1 stocks or certain exchanges. I am not sure. But anyway, my buying power did not allow me to take a reasonable trade. So I missed that one yesterday when it met, I think it took like $1.50. Just like in a couple of minutes, just like that. And I was waiting for that, but I couldn't take it because my buying power was too low. And today I was late, so I missed this big move, which I also anticipated since yesterday. So as it was consolidating and coming back, here I thought that maybe it's going to break. And I think, what is this, 577? I think, yeah, I bought this a bit too early because I didn't really check the resistances. You can see a lot of resistance levels here. We have this one here at 78, 79. We have this one here at 82 or 83, I guess. What is this? Yeah, this has got to be 80, 83, and 85. And then here's a double top even of 90. So you can see a lot of sellers just along the way, all the way to 6. And I was not really looking at this. I kind of took it prematurely and it double topped. Actually, this was a double top. I took it after the second top and or just before it. It doesn't matter. Like it topped the level. It touched 579 once and I got in the minute after that. And it touched it another time, but then it flushed, and I sold for a couple dollars loss. So here I didn't really watch out for the resistance levels because, there's major resistance all the way here, all along. So this was just a bad trade, which I probably should have stayed away until I see a more decisive move towards a new high of day. A little bit too early. And that's why I paid for that one. Let's look at KMDA, which I traded. What is this? Also pre-market. And you can see here, this was well thought out. At least I thought so. So you can see pre-market just at 7 or 7:30, it hit a high of $7. And it flushed hard from there, but then it kind of crawled back up with relatively good moves. So it didn't look too bad. And it's actually, if you look at this chart here, it's going up quite quickly, correcting a little bit, going up quite quickly, correcting a little bit, going up quite quickly. Okay, there are two little bit conflicting indicators here. The one is the most obvious one, which is it's getting close. It's actually about to break the previous high of day or pre-market session. But the other thing is it's on a third spike. And usually those are high risk. The first is the best, of course. What I mean by that is after the first spike, you buy in here as soon as it looks stronger. That's a good idea. After the second spike, you might try for a little bit, but the third one is a little bit risky. So this was I guess I didn't consider the fact that it was spiking for the third time. I just looked at the high of day, which is, I guess you can see either way depending on your personality, I guess. In any case, I bought in here right at 7, and it went to a high of 703 and never got beyond that, and then just flushed. So I got out for a small loss. It's a small loss, but it's a loss nonetheless. So that's quite frustrating. RNN, I took 2 trades, and RNN was, I don't even know, was it pre-market? Yes, clearly 2 trades pre-market. Sorry, I'm not really keeping track of pre-market or market. To me, it's the same. Generally, I try not to trade after 8:30. So between 8:30 and 9:30, stocks can be very volatile in a not good way. They can fall quickly, which is of course something I don't want. So between 7 and 8:30 is like a fine period where you can make a couple of good trades if you're really careful. But after 8:30, unless you're really sure it's a good, unless you see good indication on the chart, it's not a good time to buy. So in any case, here I was seeing this major spike, and I guess I missed this. I don't quite remember. I wasn't watching KMDA because it looked on the daily. Let's look at the daily. Let's just confirm why I didn't look at that. Oh, we're talking RNN, not KMDA. See, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's actually looking okay. It's actually looking okay. So I guess I missed that one. Well, how stupid do I look now? I missed this one. And I got in here after this. You see this pullback? It's pretty small. It's really hard to see, but this is a small 1-minute pullback. And as it came back up, I got in here, and it just went a couple of cents, and then it started fading in, and I quickly took profits. I mean, again, what is this? I got in here at 884 and I got out at 9. So that's 16 cents, but with only 40 shares because it's an expensive stock. So it's $6. So yeah, that's my first trade on RNN. My second trade, as it was touching that previous high of day again, didn't go well. It actually it did break the previous high of 914. 914 was the previous high. And it did break it and went to 920, but couldn't go past that. So I got in at 904, no, 906. I believe that was 906. And it did go to 920, but I did not sell because I was hoping that it would go further. But then it dropped, and I lost money. So I should have taken profits here, and I didn't. So this is, had I known that the market is going to be like this, like weak and kind of not decisive as it has been all day, had I known that beforehand, then I probably would have taken profits. But since I was expecting another higher momentum day like the last 2 days, that Monday and Friday, I held on to it, and it didn't work out. So I lost a little bit of money on this one. All right, so much for the pre-market trades. I'm pretty sure I didn't take this one before 9:30. Nope, all trades after 9:30. Okay, so here we go to the trade where I really regret my timing. I was watching this, of course, here, and I had a buy order at 4:30, right? Because the previous high had been, this was 4:10 even. So I was looking at 4:10, and I saw some resistance at 4:20. I believe there was a big seller at 4:20. What is this? 4:18? No. Something in my memory is not quite right here. I was watching this 390 4. Oh, can I still check? I don't think I can check the order history. 415 4. Huh. Now I'm slightly confused. Guys. I'm sorry. I think, yeah, what I'm talking about was over here. Okay, sorry, I messed this one up a little bit. Again, today is not my day apparently, so yeah, it's I got to be really careful. So anyway, before my terrible timing trade, I did trade this once. This was pre-market actually. So I saw it breaking a previous high and approaching the high of the pre-market. So I got into there, but a little bit prematurely, and didn't work out. So I got out as quickly as I could, just 3 cents there. And then I had another order ready, right? So here you can see 420. It touched 420. It didn't break, and for the market opening, I thought that maybe it's going to break 420, so I put an order at 430 into my level 2 window. 430 to make sure that if it breaks 420, I get in, right? And then it just breaks, and I don't click the button fast enough. I just miss it by a tiny fraction of a second. It's already past 430, around 440 before I hit the button. So I don't get in at 420, which of course I regret, because look where this goes. 458 in one candle. That could have been a very nice trade. I could have made, what is this? So let's say 430, 458, 28 cents. I mean, it would have been like $25, but like $25 is good given that I lost on all trades before. So it would have been a good trade. Like, this is a very profitable trade compared to the trades I took before. But I didn't get filled, so then as it was approached, it touched this one, it kind of pulled back, and I thought it was a 1 minute pullback. So I got in there, but then nope, it's not. It just doesn't go anywhere. It drops down. But actually, it is very choppy. You can see all these wicks here. There's so many wicks, right? And after I stop out, it does go actually high to back to almost the previous high at 455. And as it comes down, I'm trying again, hoping that this is just a 1 minute pullback. But it isn't. It just starts fading again, and I get out again. And then as it breaks through again, I'm getting in at the very high 455 right here, looking for it to break to the new through to the new high, through to another new high, and it doesn't, and it fades, and I get out again. And that was my last trade, because after this trade, that was not my last trade on the day, but that was the moment where I thought, okay, I just got to stop it, because today is not my day. Clearly, I'm not making, clearly the market is not on my side, and clearly my timing is a little bit off. So it's just better to stay away and make sure that I avoid additional losses. So that was my thought at the time, but I kept in mind, I decided that I'm going to stay at least in front of my screen to just see if another opportunity arises. Yep. And it turned out that FT here did have a nice, relatively stable run up. And as it was spiking out here, I got in but it did get some resistance, and it touched, I mean, it did touch 205, but only for a split second. And then it went down to 195 again. And well, I actually got out before it hit. It was hitting, I think, $2, and there were, I don't know, 4, 5, 6,000 shares. There was a 4, 5, 6,000 share seller, quite a strong sell wall. So I just got out, making sure that I don't lose out on more, because oftentimes they touch the high. They touch. They start gnawing away at the seller, but then buyers just stop coming in, and as buyers stop coming in, the stock just can fall really quickly. So I got out with a tiny profit. It did break through and hit a high of 205, but again, an equally big seller at that level. So lots of resistance. So as it was touching that again, I decided, okay, you know what? This looks quite good. Let me try to get it. Let me see this as a 1 minute pullback, and then it's going to shoot up. Well, it didn't. It faded, and I got out quickly, which is, I'm very happy about that, because as you can see, it didn't even come close to that previous level again. So yeah, today just the market isn't really there, and clearly my timing isn't the best, at least on some of the trades. So I'm just going to call it a day. I'm going to keep watching here very carefully, and if something looks just too good to miss, I'm going to try it. But I think I'm already quite below my maximum loss. I'm actually around minus 60, which is a lot more than I want to lose. So I got to be really careful today. That being said, guys, again, I got to get this is so annoying. Here we go. Let me close here. I hope you had a better day. If you hadn't, if you have specific questions, if you have specific questions on my trades or anything, let me know. We're all here learning together. So have a good day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.